Hello and welcome. Today I would like to discuss the concept of trust. This is something that I think most of us grew up believing the same things in regards to trust. That trust was something that had to be earned. Maybe this is the way you still feel about trust, that people must earn your trust. They don't have it. And so let's look at this from as many perspectives as possible. So if you feel that trust is something that has to be earned, then what you are saying is that based on someone's actions, they will either have your trust or not have your trust. And if this is the case, then this relationship and the trust with this person is going to be a constant judgment. You will consistently judge this person's actions and deem them as trustworthy or not trustworthy. Meaning that your relationship will never truly be free because it'll always be under the microscope of your judgments based off your perspectives. Let's look at this from the lens of what we look at trust as, right? So a lot of people talk about trust as something in regards to you keeping your word. You, in a relationship, you not doing something that goes against what we have agreed upon within our relationship. Many different things, right, in regards to trust. But ultimately, when you break trust down, what is trust? Right? Because if you think that trust is you keeping your word, then pretty much what you're saying to someone is, well, based off what you said in the past, you need to consistently stick to that, right? So for example, let's say that yesterday I said that I really like the color blue, but today I don't like the color blue. I really enjoy the color yellow much more. You're telling me that I can't change my mind, and that is untrustworthy. That now I cannot be trusted because I used to like blue, but now I like yellow. Let's take it to the relationship context. One day I tell you that I desire a monogamous relationship, but the next day I desire a relationship where I can be open with more partners than just you, right? And you can say, well, now I am not trustworthy. Well, no, I just changed my mind. Or we can say that I told you that I was going to go to your grandmother's birthday, right? And then come grandmother's birthday, I decide to do something else. And you say, well, you were not trustworthy. You told me you were going to come. And ultimately, if you're going down this route of trust as a concept, sticking to what you said, then again, you are just telling someone that they are not allowed to have the free will to change their mind whenever they desire, that they have to stick with a past belief system, meaning that ultimately they have to consistently live in the past. They are not allowed to live in the present moment, based off your perspective. Let's look at this from another angle. Let's look at this from the lens of trust is this idea that you cannot do anything against what I deem to be trustworthy, right? And understand that different people have different perspectives of what they deem to be trustworthy. And so you have yours and someone else has their others, right? And so if this is the case, then what you are telling this person is that you must live within my perspective of the world. Otherwise, I deem you not trustworthy. Again, meaning that you do not allow this person free will to be themselves, to express themselves in whatever way they deem necessary, fit, acceptable, because it goes against your perspectives of what is deemed trustworthy or not trustworthy. And now let's get to the actual reason that people cling to this idea of trust. They're scared. They're very, very scared. I understand because I was scared once too. You're afraid of being hurt. But ultimately, once we become to realize that no one can hurt me, trust takes on a completely different lens. Everyone has my trust now. Everyone has my love now, and they never lose it. It is not something that can be taken away, because it is my choice. My choice is to see you, the real you, deep down inside, that is trustworthy, that is loving. Regardless of what actions you may elicit or what you must say or what you will do, that doesn't matter. I see you. I don't see the ego, I see you. And so I will trust you and I will love you, and ultimately you can never hurt me. And so you will do what you will. And that is fine, because it is my choice to love and to trust. And I would rather live in love and trust than live in fear. What about you? A lot of people think that it goes the other way around, right? That we live in a world that is broken, and so I cannot trust. Well, maybe the world is broken because you don't trust. I don't think the world is broken, by the way. It's just people's perspectives. People feel that this world is a world that is going in a certain direction. These are not beliefs that I share. But if these beliefs that you share, and you think you live in a world that is dangerous and not trustworthy, I would invite you to flip your understanding and try to see what happens when all you do is love and trust. See what world you create around you and what happens to the things you attract in your life. You have a choice to love and to trust, or to live in fear. No one can ultimately hurt you. Your attachment to this idea of someone else or this idea of something else is what carries that emotional charge that makes you believe that it is that person that hurts you, but ultimately it is your attachment to this thing. Your belief that this feeling of love comes from this thing. And so when this thing does something against your idea, then you feel like you lose this trust, you lose this love. But this is of your creation. And I would invite you to start to open yourself up to this understanding and ultimately create a reality that allows you to truly come for where you desire to come from. Because if I ask you, would you like to come from love and trust, or would you like to come from fear? What is your answer? Infinite love to you all.